Hey, let's transition here in the back half of the show. Which conference has proven the most thus far? Let's give you a rundown, folks. The Big Ten has 6 teams in the AP top 25. It was supposed to be a rebuilding year. It's been the furthest thing from that in the Big Ten. The Big 12 has 7 teams in Ken Palm top 35. But frankly, T.O. and Pat, we expected the Big 12 to be great, right? Yep. The SEC has 4 teams in the Ken Palm top 15. We expected it to be great, but there's been some unexpected teams in terms of the fact that Alabama has rolled all the way up to number 4 in the country, and Mississippi State hasn't lost a game. So, which conference has proven the most this season, T.O.?
I think the Big 12 just being dominant consistently. Like, if you look at their overall record, there's only one team with 4 losses. It's Oklahoma State, which has competed. Like, that team, that league is ridiculous top to bottom. You know, who's last place in Ken Palm, according in the Big 12 conference right now, is Kansas State, and they're 9-1. Like, that league is murderers.
Keontae Johnson, baby, let's go.
Yeah, Keontae Johnson, really good one. Naquan Tomlin, also a really good one. Like, they've got pieces, and they're last place in the league, and they're still going to be tough. I think the Big 12, just top to bottom, is so tough. And you know, even with what all is happening at Texas, like, they still have enough to win games, even in the league.
For me, you know, because, primarily an SEC, ACC guy, I know a bit of the Big 12. I've had a few shows on with the Field of 68 and had to, but I'm glad I did, watch a lot of Big 10 games. And I got to tell you, I'm really impressed by that league. They beat each other up, man.
Stop.
They beat each other up. I had no idea. But, you know, a little disappointed in Illinois thus far after coming off a big win against Texas to get knocked out by Penn State. But I guess I'm getting into my nice and naughty list. Been really impressed by Maryland. Seeing what Kevin Willard has done with that program. I mean, seriously, if they would have won that game if they could shoot a little bit better than 2 of 26 from 3-point line to beat Tennessee, and the conversation is different. Wisconsin, look, they're making noise. Ohio State thoroughly impressed me in the Maui Classic, and then obviously number 1 team in the country, Purdue. Michigan State almost had Gonzaga. I mean, this conference is right there. Rutgers, that place is rocking. They're rocking it at home. I got my ass kicked playing the Scarlet Knights back in
at the rack
2013. And that play, it looks good. So my easy.
What happened? What happened at the rack? What happened to you?
They touched me. Just kidding.
Well, I'll tell you what. Hey, today there's a lot going on in this show, and there's not a whole lot of basketball games. There aren't a whole lot of basketball games on the slate today, Pat.
What did you
They touched him up. They touched him up. They played real physical. They played real physical.
Yeah, no, it was a game. It was a game. I think that's what.
I love this show.
What is wrong with you? Go ahead.
I want to say it was my sophomore year. I think that was when Mike Rosario was still there at Rutgers, and he just went off on us. The game ended up going in overtime. Yeah, we still had Irvin Walker, Kenny Boyden at that time, and the atmosphere was insane. The fans were awesome. Just one of those games where I don't think they made the tournament that year. But at the rack, it's just they were a completely different team. And my heart was touched. My heart was real sad.
Better phrasing.
Look, that can happen. Here's the thing. Which conference has proved the most this season? The answer is without a doubt the Big Ten. Because the Big Ten walked into the season.
It's the same thing every year, Fanta. And they're doing it again.
But here's the deal. You walked into this year and everybody and their mother said that this league was going to be down. It hasn't been down. Purdue has a case to be the best team in the country. Nobody had that. Maryland is back. They're back to being a competitive program night in, night out. They got UCLA tomorrow night. I like the Terps in College Park in that game because Dante Scott, Julian Reese, like Hakeem Hart, they had talent. Now Kevin Willard's getting the most out of it.
Yep.
Ohio State, to me, has potential. They're young right now, but I think they're going to keep on getting better. Illinois is a dark horse team that could make a run in the NCAA tournament. Terrence Shannon is that dude. And if the real Matthew Meyer shows up, they're a dangerous team. And I like Jaden Epps. I think Jaden Epps, he's proven the most of any individual, because Jeff Goodman said on our show last week that when he saw him in the preseason, he didn't think much of him at all. And Epps he was really good against Texas. The point is, the Big 12 we knew was going to be really good. The SEC, we knew it was going to be really good. The league that had something to prove was the Big 10. And the Big 10 has showed that they're going to get 7, 8, 9 teams in the NCAA tournament. Jalen Pickett and Penn State, they've proved something in the first month and change. And I wasn't sure if they were going to be any good, but they've got experience, poise, and balance. So there's a number of teams. Michigan State has leveled off, but Michigan State beat Kentucky, guys. Michigan State stole the show at the Champions Classic. Indiana's still a top 20 caliber team. We knew what they were going to be. Remember, we walked into the year, guys? We walked into the season, and we said, Indiana's the clear number one. And everybody said, the reason why they're the clear number one is because there's no clue on who's going to be number two. I haven't even mentioned Michigan. And you know that Hunter Dickinson's going to play a role. And Wisconsin, I thought would not be very good. But guys, Tyler Wall, Chucky Hepburn, Stephen Crowell,
Connor Esigian.
Connor Esigian's been one of the best freshmen that you'll find.
He has been. He's been good.
I'm not saying you can both say that you have concerns about the Big Ten's track record in March and also say that the Big Ten has proven the most thus far this college basketball season.